Hello and welcome back. Today I will be reviewing the QacQoc model GN22B USB Type-C, USB 3.1 Gen 1 hub and HDMI adapter. I know, it's a mouthful. I've recently found myself lacking sufficient amount of USB ports on my laptop. With dealing with a mouse and a USB powered headset, having only 2 ports really limits your abilities. That having been said, let's take a look at the box and see what the product has to offer us. At first glance, flipping the box around, we see the available colors: rose gold, space gray, silver, and gold. I myself opted for space gray as it most closely matches my laptop, and that's the device that I will be using today to review this product. Having gone over the box, let's go ahead and open it to see what the product has to offer us. Having already done all the most satisfying parts of this video by removing the shrink wrap, we have full access to the box at the inside. Let's go ahead and pop this guy out and make sure that we stay out of the camera like a professional that we are, and we'll go ahead and open the box. So inside the box, what we have is a card with some sort of instructions. We'll go ahead and review that for later. And inside, nested inside of a nice thick foam insert, really thick actually, it's quite surprising, is the device itself. Underneath the box we have a velvety smooth bag and a comment card and the actual user manual for the device itself. And that is the end of the box. Placing the insert back on the inside so we can have a place to put our stuff as we review this product. Go ahead and place the cards in and the foam on top of them, completely out of order from the way that we did it, and let's take a look at this bag. Very velvety smooth, inside and out, very nice. Will not damage your product at all, has a cinch tie, and let's keep ourselves under the camera. Apparently we're very new at camera work, but that's okay. This is just the bag, so no problem there. Place that aside and take a look at the device. So on the outside we have a nice smooth aluminum cover, USB B and C, as well as HDMI. A nice thick cable. The HDMI plating is plastic, but not to worry because I'm assuming it's not going to pop out anytime soon. So the cable itself on the side is quite thick, quite robust. I would suppose that is for full transfer of 4K HDMI as the user manual states, but it does have a boot at the bottom and at the top, and doesn't seem to have a whole lot of give. So it does tend to hold its shape very well. Anodized aluminum cover, very nice, very smooth, looks pretty professional in all aspects of creating a device so small. Kind of feels like the old iPod Nanos, if you remember those. It's very nice. It's a subdued silkscreen-esque imprint of the QacQoc logo. Doesn't really feel much different. You can feel a difference, but there's not a whole lot. Flipping it over, we have information about the ports on the back and FCC information there. Just kind of focusing on that cable, that's pretty impressive. I would say if you apply just a slight amount of heat, like from a hairdryer, and hold it in place, you should be able to shape it however you custom fit, or however you would like it to custom fit. Balance point, we got the center of gravity right here. It seems pretty balanced. It's a fairly lightweight device, really lightweight actually, and doesn't seem to have too much inside of it. Just a couple of chips for the USB controller and the HDMI adapter. Very tinny kind of sound, as you would get from a hollow aluminum body. Plastic covers, as was commented on earlier, but not to be of any worry to anyone. This is a sturdy device. And let's see how it fits inside of this bag, the custom carrying bag for this device. Probably should have put it in cable first, but you know, I'm a professional, so I do what I want, right? Anyway, sticking it inside of the case, having a hard time here trying to fit the USB-C end of the cable in, so we'll just go ahead and take it out and fold it up and put it in the proper way. Hey, how about that? Professionalism at its best, ladies and gentlemen. If I can even fit it into the bag. Alright, and cinch it up, and we'll go ahead and take a look at some of these cards. The first card that we have is a Dear Customer card. Please contact us if you have information to help improve our products. We value your emails and the email information. And on the back you can get a reward, such as a Type-C to HDMI cable, a Type-C to Type-C, USB 3.1 Gen 2, and a 50% off discount code for new release items. The next card that we're going to take a look at is this Paravion looking card, like an envelope looking card actually, like an airmail card. It's a comment card, happy or not happy, please tell us, and we will do our best to put a smile back on your face. Here's how we can connect, and email information, and a website with the old Internet Explorer icon, which is kind of cool. Last but not least, the user manual for the GN22B. Contents page, several languages, looks like English, French, Spanish, German, Italian, and Mandarin. Kinda cool. Product introduction, information about the product. Shows that it is USB 3.0, at least what used to be USB 3.0. Pretty mini size with a fashionable shape for easy taking. Perfectly suitable for devices with Type-C connector like Apple 12-inch new MacBook and Google Chromebook Pixel. Right on. Realizing in post-production, this part is completely unnecessary, but you can see that I'm actually flipping vigorously through the book to read up on this product before testing it, which is an accurate depiction of what I do in real life. With that, let's go ahead and put all these cards back in the box so we can take a look at the item and start actually testing it and write this review. Flipping through one last time to see if there's anything I missed, dropping the booklet back in the box, and now let's remove this from the bag, as this is an accurate depiction of traveling with the device. Does the cable retain its shape, or does it allow you to reshape it? We'll find out. I'm going to have this set down. I'm going to go grab my laptop and start writing this review and start testing the product.
Alright everybody, let's check this out. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and plug in our USB hub. Alright, we have the notification of a device being plugged in. Okay, drivers registered. Alright, one last time. Should be able to see something pop up here in the USB controllers device listing, generic USB hub, possibly one other. I believe there's something else going on up here. Oh, hi. That's a SD card slot. I'm stupid. Here we go. Okay, there's that. So yeah, we have an HID compliant device as well as a USB input device that are both set up here. HID compliant device, no? Okay. But then here we have another one of each. Oops. Hello. Digital Signer Microsoft. Digital Signer Microsoft. So they're just using generic drivers for they're using generic, I don't know, possibly keyboard drivers? Generic human input device drivers for this device here. Okay. I mean, if that's what they're doing, that's what they're doing. They should have a display driver as well, but they don't have anything because they also have an HDMI port on it. But that's okay. Let's take a look. Could do some offline traffic interception to see if I find anything, any kind of nefarious. But let's go ahead and test it out. I have a couple of thumb drives, okay, and I've both rated both of these at the standard USB 3.0, well, formerly USB 3.0 speeds. That's not embarrassing. Oh, I have an issue with this one. Darn it. Well, that's fine. I can clear everything off of it. I'm fine with that. Well, I'll just transfer. Yeah, sure. Copy that over. Looks like it's a steady speed. I'm going to copy this back over here. What kind of speed do we get? Alright. It's not too bad. And from what I've noticed, looks like it's about right. So I'd normally get off of that thumb drive. I'll copy this over as well to this. It's another USB 3.0, formerly known as 3.0 thumb drive. There's not quite enough cache for it to hit large files, but it's not good at small files either, so I'm going to take this out. Okay, we'll take this out. Oops. Right, so let's go here. And we're back. Right on. I do need to get a better mic setup. So what we have here is a thumb drive limitation on the board, at least for Windows. What we can do is test the Linux side of the house and see what we can get there. And with this reset, I'll be back to test the Linux side.
Alright, so we're back with my Ubuntu install. I have tested it on Void already, so we're just going to test it on a more popular Linux distro. There we go. So, as we're watching dmessage, and I'm going to actually pull this up here, open new window, new terminal window. Here we are. Keep that up here. Actually, we'll move this over this way. Alright. So we should be able to see new entries in there. Actually, I'm going to do this as well. There we go. We should be able to see all the entries here in each one of these windows. A USB entry, an entry to the kernel logs, and an entry to the PCI bus. Let's take a look. So as you notice here, it has two USB devices. USB 2.0 hub, naturally because it's backwards compatible, 4 USB high-speed devices, and what is this? A HID, human input device, USB keyboard, human input device, version 1.1. So that is the driver. Also, there are 3 sets of drivers that are being used here. I'm not quite sure why it does that. But over here, you notice it came up with a 3.0 hub. So I guess nothing comes up on LSPCI. That's cool. We'll just drop that then. Oops, and we'll bring this down here as wide as we can get it. There we go. So let's swap these two around. Why not? Swap these two around, give a little room for the picture here. Alright, now we're going to plug this back in. VIA Labs and Linux Foundation 2.0 on VIA Labs Inc. So VIA Labs is the maker of the, there we go, manufacturer, VIA Labs Inc. The maker, I would guess, of the drivers for the hardware. Watch it. See if it tries to reach out to anything. Now, luckily for me, this does not have a network port, so without that network port, it is less effective as something that would be trying to reach out to something. Now, it's just really interesting why a USB hub, when attempting to plug in any other USB hub, and not showing the same characteristics, why this one would have a human input device driver. That is beyond me. That would be something similar to a keyboard or a mouse, and that doesn't match anything what this should be. However, I'm not seeing anything, and I haven't seen anything through my testing over the past couple of weeks that would indicate any kind of nefarious action, whether it be keylogging or reaching back or using any kind of network connection at all. So it seems like it's a benign issue that they just used a generic driver. I have not heard back from the company yet, but that was a little concerning at first, and I'm still kind of curious as to why they would pick a human input device driver. Maybe it was just already there, and maybe they have another device similar to this that has some sort of other capabilities, and they just copy-pasted the drivers. However, I mean, the drivers seem to be working just fine. ISOs, here we go, that's what we want. 4.6 gigs, that works for me. Copy 4.6 gigs onto this guy. So, I mean, it still transfers about the same speed. Delete that there, and delete that one off of there. So, looks good. Transfers at about the same speed, so not super. Ooh, hot. Yeah. Not really a big issue. Let's go ahead and test the USB-C functionality. So ladies and gentlemen, this concludes my review for the QacQoc GN22B USB-C to USB 3.1 Gen 1 hub. What you get for the price is a slightly underwhelming, wish there was a little more functionality, or at least universal functionality out of it, USB-C to USB 3.1 Gen 1 and HDMI hub. Now unfortunately I wasn't able to fully test the USB-C port on this guy, nor was I fully able to test the HDMI port. However, seeing as the HDMI port was able to put out power to my external display, I do not doubt that it is possible that it does support that if your USB-C, which is not truly universal, is set up to use it as a display output, then this HDMI output should be fine for you, no problem whatsoever. Why the USB-C hub, why the USB-C port on the USB-C hub was not functioning properly is still unknown. For that I do have to ding a star. I'm not quite sure why this isn't. It could be a faulty piece. If QacQoc wants to reach out to me to see about getting another product, or take this one back as a return to attempt to run diagnostics on it or whatever, I'm fine with that. What I do get out of it, since my laptop only does have two USB 3.1 ports, I do get an extra two, well, an extra one, because no, an extra two USB 3.1 Gen 1 ports on it, which comes in pretty handy when I have only the two ports on there, and if I want to use a mouse I lose one altogether. If I want to use my headset I lose another one. So this comes in handy with being able to plug in extra storage devices up to USB 3.1 Gen 1 rated up to 5 megabits per second, and have no problems whatsoever actually performing said actions, as the USB-C 3.1 Gen 1 on my laptop was rated to that, as is this controller for this device. That having been said, I do recommend this product if you require these 2 extra ports. It is a nice product. It is not in any way expensive when it comes to dealing with that. If your USB-C hub can handle HDMI as well, a definite recommendation for this product. I would like to see what other products QacQoc has and the functionality of those products, and I'll be looking forward to them getting in contact with me to support them in any way that I can. That's all for today, and I will see you in the next